Step into the vibe. Oh yeah. Feel the rhythm rise high. We're living life. Let's fly off tap life. Sky's the limit, no shy. Off tap life.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another reaction. If this is your first time, please consider subscribing, join the family. Absolutely love to have you. Alright guys, you already know what time it is. BABYMETAL, KON featuring BLOODYWOOD. This is the official music video. Looks like it dropped 11 days ago, so this is fresh off the presses. So, without further ado, from me and all of you, let's get off tap. Okay, quickly, so just from the title, I literally thought it was like they were trying to do some type of play on Bollywood. Wait, is it Bollywood? No, what's it called? Yeah, isn't the, wait, what's the Indian one called? Is it called Bollywood? I forget what it's called. Maybe that is it. Bollywood, right? I think it is. And then BLOODYWOOD. And I thought it was some play, you know, the Indian style of music and things, you know, and it felt like that's that kind of vibe that they're going after this. Now, featuring BLOODYWOOD would mean there's a group. So I'm guessing, again, guys, this is just my mind thinking out loud. But is BLOODYWOOD like maybe an Indian kind of like metal group or something that goes hard at it? And because I really don't know. I actually never heard of them. So, but I like the vibe. I like the energy. I like how this is sounding. And at the end of the day, that's what we do. We reacted to new stuff. So this is my initial reactions. All right, let's keep going.
Cause I was built to beat the others and then back in the hearse. You know that it's the kind of power I use to power the verse. Put the word out to my people all around the earth. Put in the work, step into the battle with a smile. Walk a day in my shoes, she used to vibe in a mile. And when it comes, I'll be ready for a while. The ore turns to iron when there's fire in the trial.
Goes off. This is hot. I don't know these BLOODYWOOD guys, man, but they are fire, dude. One of the things I'm really loving is these collabs, man, like, because not only are we like being introduced to like it's like a bonus little extra juiciness that we're being introduced to, but we're seeing the magic happen when you got that great chemistry and you have like-minded individuals who are just navigating at that top echelon. This is what you end up with. Dopeness like this, man. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's let them finish cooking. I'll give my final thoughts. Let's go.
बचे पपंग बचे ये शंख लड़े ये जंग विजय प्रथम विजय खरा
Uniqueness. Uniqueness, you know, it's one of those things that really makes you stand out from the rest of the crowd. And if you happen to have uniqueness at the grand level, and you're able to finesse it in such a way that you can create a absolutely flawlessly executed song like this, you know you've mastered it all. You've done the one great thing that many fail at doing. You've set yourself apart from everyone else, and you've given your music something extra special. And look what they're doing, ladies and gentlemen. You just saw this for yourself. BABYMETAL. They're taking the wheel, which the wheel is a great thing. It works, it rolls, it does what it's supposed to do. But they're reinventing it. You know what I'm saying? They're reinventing it. Every freaking song is just solid. This originality level, like who would have thought of fusing, like you got to be like thinking way outside the box to be like, yo, let's get some Bollywood. That's what it's called. I'm sure that's what it's called. But yeah, you get some of that. Let's find whoever we can. Oh, these Bloodywood dudes. Let's get them. And let's fuse that in with what we doing. They out here already doing their thing way out here. We doing it way out here. Let's all just take what we're doing way outness and freaking blow the doors off this place. Let's freaking make this roof explode. Like, this is what they're doing, man. This is fire and a half. And I love this. I love when we go on these journeys. The unexpected just happens to be incredible. This right here is not only incredible, but it's one of those things that you can't help but feel like you want to just have more and more and more and more of. That's what real good uniqueness will do. When you've got something really unique that is just something so special, it makes you really appreciate it that much more. It makes you feel like, wow, this is the creme la creme, you know what I mean? And this right here, BABYMETAL, is just taking every single song, every single opportunity they have to just hit it out the park. You have to be willing to operate at that level all the time. You got to be willing to not be afraid to dive in, to face your strongest freaking fears, to get out that box, to be like, you know what, we're just going to go for it. Who cares? What does it matter? You know what I'm saying? This is your life, your opportunity. This is your moment to shine. Use it to the fullest. You know what I mean? Why do you think I say it all the time? Live each moment to the fullest, keep off tap. Because that's what you got to do. Don't be afraid to just get out there, man, and just take your uniqueness. Take that individuality. Take that thing that makes you you and freaking let it shine bright like a freaking diamond. BABYMETAL's doing that. And if BABYMETAL can do it, so can you. That's right. If I'm pointing at you right now and you're feeling that maybe I'm talking about you, it's probably because I am. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason. This video maybe is meant for you to feel inspired, to feel motivated, to take your uniqueness, the thing that just makes you uniquely you, and just go out there and just let it thrive, let it grow, let it just freaking blow the roofs off your life. to open doors that you couldn't think could be open. Let it just show your true self, your thing that makes you authentically, awesomely, uniquely you. That is beautiful. That is special. This is, man, I love when music gets you thinking that way, you know, just all these thoughts start popping in your head, and next thing you know, you're just feeling like you're able to climb the tallest mountains, swim the deepest seas, to run across the biggest deserts, you know what I mean? Like, you feel that way. Good music has that way to really lift you up, to really make you feel like the impossible is possible. That's what I feel when I hear music like this. Baby Metal has taken it again, and they've just run with it. They were given the ball, and they just went and ran and scored another freaking touchdown. I love these guys. I am biased, yes, because it is officially true. Everybody knows that I'm a fan of these guys now. I'm a fan of freaking just any artist that's willing to just go out there and just embrace it, you know, just live on the edge, just let it all out, let your hair loose and just freaking just go for it. And you can do that. That should be the model for your life. What, seriously, I always ask people, I wonder, you know, people is always like hesitant to do certain things. They've got maybe a little bit of fear about doing something they've not done, or maybe it just seems overwhelming. It's like, man, I don't know, it just seems like too big of a thing for me to do, you know. And you know, of course, things in life, of course, it's easier, you know, like, you know, to, if you have the opportunity, like, let's say, for example, okay, here's a good example. Let's say you're a car enthusiast, right? And you love cars. And let's say that there's this perfect car, that your dream car that you've always wanted. And you know, think, you know, I'm gonna get one of those one day. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get one of those one day. So you actually take the time in your life to search around and find that special dream car. Now, don't get me wrong. That's special. That's cool. If you find it, that is awesome. But let's paint a different scenario, right? Because, see, that dream car that you might find, of course, you can recreate it. You can make it your own and something like that. But what if you were able to say, I'm going to actually find my own dream car and create it in my own hands, right? I'm going to actually just embrace it. I'm going to let go. I'm just going to find my uniqueness and apply it to a foundation, you know, a solid building block, if you will. I'm going to take that. I'm going to freaking run with it, right? So, like, I have that kind of situation myself, right? I love cars, right? It's easy to find a car that's already been built and, you know, someone else has put all the wrench time and effort into, but being able to find that yourself and, like, you know, build your own and put your own wrench time and effort in, especially something like, you know, you're not like really knowledgeable in, you know, you're not confident in doing, you know, but you're like, you know what, I'm going to find a way to do it. Like, the information, the ability to do these things, thanks to the internet these days, you know, there's nothing you can't learn or figure out how to do. You can find the answers to everything. But the one thing you can't find the answer to by searching somewhere is the answer to who you know, truly are yourself, who that unique thing that makes you you. And being able to, like, for example, like I said, you know, build your own car in your own unique way. I think that's one of the reasons why I like building and modifying cars. You know, like, I like finding cars that haven't been done yet. You know what I mean? Like, I like finding the ones where I get to put my own, like, touch on it, my own uniqueness, my own flavor, make it 100% mine. You know what I mean? And yeah, you can start from someone else's and kind of recreate it, refurbish it, if you will, reform it or something, remix it. But it's different when you actually just take the bones of it and there's just nothing but the bones and it hasn't been molded yet. Clay, like clay, when you've got clay and it hasn't yet had that creative inspiration, that creative juices to mold it yet, to create, to help it to become what it was meant to be. And when you've done that with your own hands, it just, from the ground up, it makes it that much more special, that much more incredible, that much more awesome. And you really, even as scary as it might be, as hard as it might be, as like freaking just, oh my gosh, I might fail at this, whatever. But I tell you what, the end result, you'll feel like you've just done the most satisfying thing you could ever imagine, because you know that it was you who through it all, through the hard times, through the blood, sweat, and tears, through the doubts, through the fears, through the nah, I'm too tired, I'm feeling lazy, I ain't even going to do it. But you found the strength to just go for it and do it, and the accomplishment, that feeling of accomplishment, priceless. You can't recreate it. And that's what Baby Metal is doing, right? They're taking clay, they're taking their car, they're taking the foundation, they're taking the shell, they're taking it, and they're just saying, you know what? I don't want this to be a normal car. I don't want this to be a wheel. I don't want to take someone else's freaking vision or their dream or their laziness, if you will, because a lot of people just have a regular car that just stays regular from the day they get it, and that might even be worse. But and I say that as, like, if you're obviously not into cars, it is what it is, right? You know what I mean? But I'm talking about like enthusiasts, us people who are into these type of things. Like, it's the same thing when you've got a song. As an artist, I've been doing music my entire life, singing, songwriting, producing with Sony, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And when I started, I had just a little bit of like doubt, even though I was confident, like I believed in myself, and I was like, I can do this. But of course I had a little doubt, I had a little fear, I had a little bit of, can I really pull this off? Especially when my first big show ended up being in the Budokan. And I'm like, how the freaking hell is this my first big show? Like, sold out Budokan. If you guys don't know, the Budokan's iconic in Japan. History, like, is full of like Budokan stories out there. So, if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you need to check up on your music history a little bit. But let me tell you, I started with that little bit of seed of just confidence. I built upon it. You know what I mean? Like, I took what I had and I just let it grow, and I just let it continue to be embraced and to thrive and to develop from my own uniqueness. And that's what really got me through it, I think, is just my ability to just allow my own meanness to shine through. Your authentic self, when you're able to feel comfortable just letting go and just being authentically you, letting that uniqueness shine bright, that's when great things happen. And that's when you're able to do things you didn't think was possible. That's when greatness just starts to freaking flow and grow and become something larger than you could ever imagine. And Baby Metal, need I say anything else? They've done that. They've accomplished that in spades. And let me say, no matter what it is for you right now in this moment that you might feel a little bit like, I don't know. It's a lot easier if I just take this route, or if I do this, or if I don't do that, or, maybe, just maybe, you'll surprise yourself if you're like, you know what, man, what do I have to lose? This is your life. This is your moment. Own it. You know what I'm saying? And your uniqueness, that thing, putting that little bit of spark into what you're doing, I tell you right now, you're bound to do great things if you just allow that spark to shine. Just do it. Just do it. Give it a shot. What do you got to lose? You know what I mean? Whatever it is. Somebody out there, I'm sure this is going to resonate with you. This is going to mean something to you. And you know what? That's what good music does. It really motivates and inspires us. It takes us on a journey. It gets our minds ticking, and it makes us think, yeah, if Baby Metal can drop fire like this and make it completely uniquely awesome, they can take that clay and mold it into greatness. Why can't I take some clay and create greatness too? So I'm saying, and the simple way to do that, ladies and gentlemen, is, as I always say, to remember to live each moment to the fullest and to keep it off tap. My work here is done, so off tap out.
We gotta get out of here. I'll catch you guys later for another vlog.